Pennsylvania Hardwoods, a worldwide supplier of high-quality logs and lumber, is located along Titusville Road in Pleasantville. Pennsylvania Hardwoods purchases standing timber and logs and some of the world's highest quality hardwood, which is growing right in your
Whoa.
For free appraisal,
That was loud.
Pennsylvania Hardwoods at 814-590-6730.
Welcome to Stream TV coverage. We are joining the game in progress. I'm Paul Gorman alongside Will Haynes.
And we are right in the midst of a crazy game. Oil City has an 8-0 lead right now with about 6 minutes and 41 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And Oil City is driving. They're looking to put some more points up on the board here. Oil City definitely has the size up front. They've been pushing our boys around. And we have a timeout here on the field by Franklin. So yeah, we would like to send out an apology for the delay here for starting this game. We did have some technical difficulties, but that just kind of goes with the, I guess, as they say, it comes with...
comes with the territory.
Comes with the territory. That's what I was looking to say.
Yeah, with many apologies, we are joining this game in progress. This is the Oil City Oilers versus our Franklin Knights.
And it's the Franklin Senior Night, actually, tonight. They recognized all the senior players, cheerleaders, and band members before the game. And the reason for this, normally they save this for the final home game of the year, Paul. But the reason for this is because Lakeview at the beginning of the year said, if we make the playoffs, we will not be playing Franklin because we are scheduled to play Lakeview in Week 10 here at home. And
how long is that run?
Because if Lakeview makes the playoffs, they're going to take that extra week for practice to just kind of gear up towards the playoffs. So they did say they will indeed forfeit Week 10 if they make the playoffs this year.
Oh, wow.
So, it's unfortunate. I have seen it happen. I've seen it happen before. It's one of those things that does happen. Oh, wait, there's a fumble there on the play, and it was recovered, though, by Oil City player number 12.
He does recover it, and he's going to gain.
So Oil City right now, they're driving. They're down inside the red zone. Right now we are looking at a second down and 1 from the 16-yard line here.
And there is just about 6 minutes left in this first. We do apologize again for coming in late. Looks like this is going to be a good game. The Oilers are 2-2, and our Franklin Knights are 1-3.
1-4.
1-4 now.
Yeah, 1-4 now. A huge win last week, 23-16 over the Conneaut area Eagles. What a great game. So he's going to drive up the middle here. He's going to get down inside the 15, down to about the 11 or the 12. That's going to be enough right there for an Oil City first down. So for the Oilers, it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 10. So that leads to ask the question as to whether or not this is a 1st and 10 or a 1st and goal, because depending on where they spot the ball, they could get a first down without scoring.
Sure.
So clock winding down. We're at about 5:40 to play here in the first quarter. Oil City with an 8-0 lead. They come out here in an I formation.
Absolutely. So Franklin can hold them.
And they got a 2 tight end set. They're going to hand it off to number 2, who's just going to burst up the middle. He's down just outside the 5 at about the 6-yard line. Actually, they're going to say it's the 5, so it's a 5-yard gain officially. Second down and 5 from the 5. So, yeah, we are looking, Paul, at possibly the biggest rivalry in Northwest Pennsylvania right now. Franklin and Oil City, only 8 miles separate these two teams.
Oh, man, so they're close.
Very close, and they have a long, illustrious history of good matchups. And I believe tonight we're going to see another one. So once again, out of an I formation, it's a 2 tight end set. Number 12 will go under center. It'll be a toss play back to number 2. That's Knox. Take it on the right side. He's trying to push himself in, but they are going to stop him short of the goal line. So that's going to be third down.
It's like third and one.
Third and 1 from the 1. Now that was that hashtag Franklin Wall of White that we were talking about last week. This week it's a Franklin Wall of Black.
Yes, and it was cool driving into Franklin tonight. We saw lots of signs saying "Go Black and Red." So this community is really behind this team.
They are, and we're behind our boys just as much as the entire community of Franklin is. And it's so nice to drive through a town and see a town so dedicated to their team, to their high school. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's just going to walk into the end zone. And just like that, with 4:02 to play in the first quarter, the Oil City Oilers have a 14-0 lead now. So Oil City jumping out here early, and they're showing a lot of aggression. And I don't know if Franklin's just been caught off guard, but I know we've got 3 sophomores and a freshman on the defensive line, so a very young defensive line. And I believe Oil City is looking to take advantage of the size difference, as well as what I believe is an experience difference as well. Looks like they're going to line up and go for the 2-point conversion here. They went for 2 earlier on the first score, and they did get it. So the quarterback's going to take it around the right side, and he is going to be in the end zone. Yeah, there was a second effort there. We almost had him there.
Almost had him.
Unfortunately, though, he did break that last tackle, and he was able to push his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So just like that, 4:02 remains in the first quarter, and the Oil City Oilers lead this game 16-0.
I love it. They've got 8 plays from about 8 different formations, and they just assume they're stronger than you are. They're going to push people around. That's basically the Dandor philosophy.
So at this point, while there is no real need for panic, Franklin should definitely be looking to score on this drive. We need an answer. We need to answer back.
Answer back. They're down 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. That's a big deal.
It is. That's huge because at this pace, the pace that they're going at, it's going to be a long, long night for our boys. So Oil City lines up to kick it off here.
Shelton ready to kick it away.
And it's going to be a little squib. It's going to be a little squib kick.
He did let it go out of bounds. Smart play by Sanders.
There's a flag on that play.
Yep, the ball goes out of bounds. That's an illegal procedure penalty. So basically, for those who don't know what an illegal procedure penalty is, when a kicker kicks the ball off, if the ball goes out of bounds before it reaches the end zone, it's considered an illegal procedure. On a kickoff, the ball is not allowed to go out of bounds before reaching the end zone. If it reaches the end zone and goes out of bounds, it's a touchback, and the ball comes out automatically to the 20-yard line or 25-yard line, depending on if it's high school, pro, or college. But in this case, though, they spot it at the 35-yard line.
They're calling that a personal foul now.
Oh, so apparently there was a late hit there. The ball did not go out of bounds. However, though, in case we do see an illegal procedure penalty later tonight, at least an explanation has been given as to what we might see.
Sure, yeah.
3 yards field position anyway, because they have it at the 32-yard line. 4:02 to go in the first quarter action.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Franklin Knights at the 32-yard line. Hunter Marsteller will go under center. Carson Weibel is the lone back. Marsteller will take the snap. He'll give it to Weibel, and Weibel is going to fight up the middle. He maybe got a yard about it, out of it. So tough play there defensively. Once again, just the size difference, and we see it and we feel it. And it's like I've always said, the game of football, it starts in the trenches, offensive line versus defensive line.
How many passing plays do they have in the play?
And we've been seeing that all year with our Franklin Knights, of the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
We have, and right now we need to see some more of that. So out of a shotgun formation, got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Marsteller will take the snap. He's dropped back to pass, and he's looking. Fires it out to Cole Buckley on the screenplay. He's out past the 35, down to about the 38 there. That last reach effort got him to about the 38-yard line. 38, maybe 39 here. Depends on where they spot this ball at. It will be spotted officially at the 39, so a gain of 6 on that play. Just a great play there from Hunter Marsteller to Cole Buckley for a 6-yard pickup. It's now 3rd down and 3 for the Franklin Knights at their own 39-yard line. Big 3rd down here. They really need this play. And it looks like he's going to go under center. Marsteller will go under center. Carson Weibel's a lone back. 2 receivers to the right and 2 out to the left. And Marsteller will take the snap. He's going to roll left. And he pulls it down, fires to number 13, Wyatt Bell. However, the pass is going to be incomplete. So unfortunately, that will bring up a 4th down and 3 here for the Knights.
And there's just under 3 minutes, 2:27 left here in the first. That's enough time if the Franklin Knights hustle.
It is. Oh, we still got plenty of time left in this game. We need to see a defensive stand. We need to see that Franklin wall of black.
I meant 2 minutes is enough time for them to bring the ball down the field if they have the right breaks.
Oh, absolutely.
We've seen them do that.
We have. We've definitely seen them do it. And we're only in the first quarter. I mean, we got plenty of time to play here. And it's going to be a fake punt. Or no, actually, he is going to pull the ball down and punt it. And, it's going to be a really nice bounce. It's still bouncing down around the 21-yard line. That's where it's going to be blown dead at. And that is where the the Oil City Oilers, will take over. 1st and 10. So right now, early on, Paul, I'm noticing that this game is going to be defined by the battle in the trenches. The Knight defense and the Knight offense, offensive line and defensive line, they're going to have to win that battle in the trenches. They're going to have to dig deep, and they're going to have to build that stone wall. They're going to have to show that grit that they showed against Conneaut.
And they have it in them. We've seen this happen.
We have. Every week this year, and it's been building.
Yeah, it's late. It's later in the season, but it's early in this game, and there's a lot of football left to be played. And I think our Knights can rally around this.
That's very true.
We have a huge hometown crowd. The cheerleaders are on the field right now, screaming their heads off.
And it looks like he's going to take the ball here, hand off to number 2. He'll be tackled back down around the 25-yard line, so that'll be a pickup of 4. Actually, they're going to mark it at the 26, so officially a gain of 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 26-yard line.
In-game reset. Easier said than done, but stop Ethan Knox. Yeah, and Franklin with their first.
So yeah, right now, if I'm Franklin, what I'm doing is I'm just building a wall around the middle. I'm running a 4-3 or a 5-2 if I'm Coach Turk right now. I'm getting a lot of beef in the middle there. I'm just doing my best to stack up that defense. It's going to be a handoff, and that was number 21 for Oil City. And he's going to take it up the middle. He's going to gain about 3 out of it. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 28-yard line officially. So big 3rd down here for the Franklin defense.
Big 3rd down, yeah. We need to see that wall of black.
We do. We need to see a stop right here. So once again, Oil City's going to come out of an I formation. They've got 2 wide receivers to the right. And it'll be a toss play back to number 2, Knox around the right side. He's going to take it up. He's past the 30. Still on his feet. And he's going to be brought down about the 31 or 32-yard line.
That's going to be enough for the 1st down.
Just barely, and it's like we talked about last week, Paul, that football is a game of inches, and right there, 1 yard, 3 feet, just a few inches there. We are now down under 1 minute to play officially here in the first quarter. Oil City with a 16-0 lead here early. They have built a lot of momentum, and they're just running with it. They got a 1st and 10 at the 32. Looks like they're going to come out of another I formation. So a very old school approach to the Oil City offense here. But they got the beef up front, they can run it. So there'll be a handoff to number 2. Take it on the right side, and he almost broke that one. Thankfully, though, Franklin defender was there to trip him up. And he will go down at about the 40-yard line. So a huge gain there for the running back, Knox.
And that's going to be our first. You're watching Stream TV Sports live coverage of the Oilers versus the Knights. It's 16-0 right now. We're heading into the second. Stay with us.
Aquatic therapy, available at Anderson Physical Therapy in Franklin. The therapeutic properties of water combined with the skill and specialized training of our therapists can help you to improve your mobility and function. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy. Choose Anderson's for post-operative rehabilitation, sports injuries, spine conditions, neurological conditions, and more. Anderson Physical Therapy is here for you. Located at the Franklin YMCA on West Park Street in Franklin, we're Anderson Physical Therapy.
And we are back. You're watching Stream TV Sports live coverage of your Franklin Knights. We're here in Franklin facing the Oil City Oilers. It is the top of the second. We're going to talk to our graphics guy right now and get that straightened out.
We are now officially in the second quarter here. Beautiful night, Paul, for football. Just a gorgeous night.
It's a beautiful night.
Little on the chilly side, but great weather. And as I previously stated, tonight is the Franklin Knights senior night. The senior night festivities took place before the game. All the senior players, cheerleaders, and band members were introduced, and they all kind of gave a rundown of their high school careers, their favorite quotes. They talked about what it is they want to do with their futures, and just a beautiful group of bright young men and women.
Yep, and you wouldn't know it from this hometown crowd. The stands are packed.
Both sides. I mean, Oil City's side is packed. Franklin's side is packed. This place is packed to the gills. And it'll be a handoff to Knox. He's going to take it across midfield. Finally be brought down just across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Just a huge play there for Oil City. So Oil City, they have just come in here and they have just put their foot to the gas pedal, and they're not looking back.
Yeah, that's apparent.
I mean, they're going with this old school ground and pound, and they have gone to the ground and they have pounded. I mean, they have brought new meaning to ground and pound football. So quarterback will go in our center. It'll be a toss play around the left side, the number 2. He's going to take it around the left side. He's across the 45, across the 40, still on his feet. Finally run out of bounds, down close to the 35-yard line. See where they spot this ball at, officially where he went out of bounds at. So it will be a gain of 11 officially marked out at the 38-yard line. So it's more than enough for an Oil City first down.
He wasn't content there. He was trying to keep the ball the field further. He kind of rolled over Ewing there. And, man, Oil City just looking really good. Oil City trying to resolve that identity crisis that they've had.
And the Oilers, they lost a lot of their players to graduation. Really a shell of the team that they were last year, Paul. But even the shell of the team they were last year is showing just how good they really are. So he's going to take it around the right side, across the 40s. We brought down to the 37. We do have a penalty flag in the backfield. Looks like they're going to get somebody for holding here.
The Oilers, that's coming back. And even though it's coming back, Jacob great tackle that play, went for Knox's feet around the ankles, wrapped him up.
They're saying that's holding on the Oilers.
Break free from there. But the penalty will, it's going to help Franklin. If you're Matt Turk,
That pushes it back into Franklin territory.
It does. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul officially.
And we have talked about the events that can turn around our Franklin team, that can motivate them to get back on on their spark, and this is one of those things. Any kind of error, any kind of turnover can turn them around.
Oh, again, we saw that last week with Conneaut, where penalties and turnovers ended up getting the best of them as our boys put up 14 unanswered points in the third quarter to win that game. A huge game, 23-16, and right now, that play right there, that penalty, it can really suck the air out of a team. So Knox is going to take the ball up the middle. He's going to get back across midfield, back into Franklin territory. He'll be brought down at about the 47 or 48-yard line. So they're going to mark him down officially at the Franklin 47. So that's a gain of 6. So it'll bring up a second down and 19.
You're watching Stream TV live coverage. You may be watching us on Facebook. We're on Stream Sports Franklin on Facebook. You can share us. Tell your friends we're here every Friday night the rest of the season.
Is that Lay?
come on out and support your Franklin Knights, and you can support us by finding us on Facebook, Stream Television, Franklin Knights. So a toss play to number 2, Knox, the running back. He's going to take it around the left side. He'll be brought down at about the 45, so he only got a couple yards there.
Yeah, brought down quickly by our Franklin Knights defense.
Very, very quickly. And right now, with it being 3rd down and 16, if I'm Coach Turk, I would not sway away from the pass, because we've seen Oil City come out. They've just run and run and run. I don't believe they've attempted a single pass yet. But right now, 3rd and long, they're going to be looking at the ground game.
There's a timeout on the field. You're watching Stream TV Sports coverage brought to you in part by Gates & Burns Realty. We're going to be right back.
For years, Gates & Burns Realty has been helping people find the homes of their dreams. Whether you are buying, selling, or renting a home, it's never been easier with our experienced staff. Stop by our offices in Oil City, Franklin, or Clarion. Visit us online at gatesandburnsrealestate.com. Let us show you the way home. Gates & Burns Realty, serving the oil region since 1889.
And welcome back to Stream TV Sports live coverage of the Franklin Knights versus the Oil City Oilers. It's 16-0, and I'm Paul Gorman standing alongside Will. And where there's a Will,
there's a Haynes.
Yes, sir, there is. He's got the play-by-play for you tonight. And the team's coming right back to the field after that brief timeout. We're in the second quarter.
We have 10:08 to play here officially in the second quarter, and it's 16-0. It's been a brutal first half, Paul, but I tell you what, our boys, they got grit. And they're not going to give up. They're not going to quit fighting. Oil City looking to spoil our senior night festivities here. So it looks like Oil City's going to run here out of a weak formation, as they have. And it'll be a toss to Knox on the left side. He's out across the 40. He's out across the 30. He's out across the 20. It's out to 10, the 5. Touchdown, Oil City Oilers. And just like that, the Oilers now have a 22-0 lead with 9 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. So just a rough first half here for our Franklin defense. Oil City offense, they're just taking advantage of that size.
They are.
That size difference up front. Size and experience, you know.
That makes it 22-0 Oilers. That's not a good start to the second quarter, Will. But there's still a lot of football left. There's 9:59 on the clock.
Oh, there is. There's plenty of football to go yet. And we know, as we've said it before, and we'll say it 100 times more, that you can never count our Franklin boys out, because they've shown that they've got grit, and that if they hang in there, all it takes is just one big play, something to click.
To turn them around.
To turn them around and bring things back. Oh, he does make the catch, and the 2-point conversion is good. So with 9:59 to go here in the first half of play, the Oil City Oilers have a 24-0 lead on our Franklin Knights. So while we gear up here for the kickoff, I'd just like to take a second to thank all of our 2021 Franklin Knight football sponsors.
Yeah, we appreciate them. Among them, Allegheny Toyota. We're going to take 30 seconds off, and we're going to be right back.
Hi, I'm Mark Slodecker. At Allegheny Toyota, you may have noticed we still don't have a lot of vehicles on the lot. That's because we're selling them before they even get off the truck.
If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Toyota, your best bet is to stop in and sit down with us. We can let you know what we have being delivered, or if you know what you want to purchase, we can help you get that scheduled too.
We're working hard to get the vehicles you want, so if you don't see it, that doesn't mean we can't get it. We have vehicles arriving weekly here, and we're Allegheny Toyota in Franklin.
Sheldon ready to kick this thing away.
And we are back with live coverage of your Franklin Knights versus the Oil City Oilers.
Oil City gearing up here to kick it off to our boys. 9:59 to go in the first half of play. And a little squib kick. He's going to take it up. He's past the 30, past the 35. Finally going to be brought down at about the 37-yard line, and that is where the Franklin Knights will take over 1st and 10.
The Knights will take over.
So coming up here fairly quickly, we're going to have the Venango Foot and Ankle halftime show. So a special thank you to Venango Foot and Ankle for sponsoring our halftime show this year. And tonight, Paul, we're going to get to see both the Oil City and the Franklin bands.
That's a special treat for all fans. We have gotten a chance to see the Franklin band before, and they are stellar.
Oh, they are. They're absolutely amazing. And I heard Oil City kind of warming up earlier before the game started, and they sound really good too. So Hunter Marsteller is going to toss it around to Wyatt Bell. He's going to take it around the right side, and he's going to be stuffed. Just nowhere for him to run. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be no gain. Second down and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Their pad level's not great. That's not the case with Weibel. So him playing fullback I like, because he's willing to lower the shoulder and get in.
So Franklin's going to come out here in an I formation.
With the eye.
And they got a lot of beef up front. Looks like they got 2 tight ends in on the set, 2 wide receivers. And Marsteller's going to be back to pass. He's looking, he fires, and the pass is going to be complete. Just inside the 40. That'll be about a gain of 4 there. About 5, actually. They're going to spot it at the 42 officially, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. Great play there to get the pass off quickly.
The Oilers are a big team.
They are.
There's some big guys on that team.
And they maybe they can't outrun them, and maybe they can't out muscle them, but they could outsmart them. Maybe try a few trick plays, mix it up here.
And I think it's possible that the Knights can outrun them. They are fast on their feet.
They are very fast. We've seen that speed last week. So it'll be a toss to Wyatt Beller on the left side, and he is just going to be gobbled up by an ocean of blue and white there. Pushed back behind the 35, out of bounds at about the 33 or the 34. Depends on where they spot this ball here.
It looks like they're going to spot it on the 33. This is going to be 4th down for Franklin.
Officially a loss of 9 on that play, so it's just a huge momentum booster in favor of the Oilers there. And right now, Oil City's got the momentum, and they are running.
They are running them down.
Both figuratively and literally.
Yeah. They're back to punt.
Maybe we could see a fake punt pass here. A little bit of trickery. I'd like to see what Coach Turk has up his sleeve. High snap, but he does bring it down, though. And it's going to be a short kick. But it'll have a nice little bounce to it, though. And it'll go out of bounds just inside the 30, about the 31 or 32. They're going to mark it officially at the 33-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Oil City Oilers at their own 33-yard line.
You're trying to limit his touches in all facets of the game.
We've got 8:16 to go here in the first half, and Oil City has just owned this game.
So far, it doesn't seem like our Franklin Knights boys have had that same momentum, that same oomph that we saw last week. They were on fire last week.
Oh man, last week they got hot, and it didn't take them long at all. They got hot. I mean, we saw, both Conneaut and Franklin come out. Both teams were fired up, very evenly matched. And tonight it's different. I don't know. Tonight they're kind of going back to that slow start again. So back to pass here, Oil City. The ball's going to be tipped, and it's going to be incomplete.
He knocked it off for sure.
So a rare pass attempt there by Oil City, because Oil City, they have just gone ground and pound all game long. I believe the Oil City coaching staff, they went through and they found some of Franklin's weaknesses, and they've just been exploiting them by way of the running game today.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Either way, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. And the quarterbacking carousel continues. Again,
So Oil City going to come out here in an I formation. They got 2 wide receivers out to the right,
2 wide receivers near
and it looks like a tight end. And he's going to give it to Knox, who's going to get past the 40, down to about the 42-yard line. So nice play there. Gain about 9 yards. It's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd and 1 officially.
Yeah.
So another big 3rd down here for the Franklin defense. Need to see that hashtag Franklin Wall of Black.
Yes.
See him build it right
yes.
here.
7:46 on a rolling 2nd quarter clock. Lay gets the.
And they showed last week against Conneaut that they got it. They can build it.
They have it in them. It's in the team. They can do it.
They just got to reach down deep inside themselves. They got to dig down. They got to want it.
They got to find that grit.
The grit that they have that Coach Turk has talked about. I have an I formation. Back to pass, or no, it's not going to be a pass. Actually, it's going to be a delayed handoff. And he's going to get out across the 45, down about midfield. And just like that, another Oil City Oiler first down. So Oil City making the plays.
They are.
Whether they need to or not. And when it comes crunch time, I don't know, they've just shown that they've got it. So it'll be 1st and 10 at midfield for Oil City. We are just over 7 minutes to play in the first half.
This is the time for our Knights to stop them.
Need a stop, and we need it now. So out of the I formation. Toss it back to Knox. He's going to take it around the right side. He's past the 45. Still on his feet. Or no, that was Shelton. Excuse me, not Knox.